What's up, guys? So it's been quite a while since my last video. It's taken me a long time. Been on my own little journey for the last 2 months, so I wanted to share. Just recently, I did a past life regression tape with my girlfriend, and I had quite the interesting experience in the regression. I've done it about 3 or 4 times now. And when I did this past life regression, I became somebody who I would have not thought I was, in a good way. However, the experience was very profound for me. And this happened about a week and a half ago, last Sunday. And so, just a few things have been going through my head, through my awareness since that night when I had the experience. And when I did it again, I was regressed back to the same life, and it was a very interesting experience. However, it started to get me to question who I was, who I am, and really the most important part is why I am so fearful to accept myself as beautiful and divine. Now, if you're a human being like me, I feel that you would have these exact same questions. Who am I? Why am I here? Who have I been? And why am I so afraid to accept myself as a beautiful, perfect creator? Divine manifestation of the source? And an infinite presence that will always be and will never cease. There's Caesar. So these questions really were profound in my thinking after this regression. I had a very hard time, and I'm still having a hard time on trying to understand my power, trying to understand how I could be who I want to be. Caesar agrees. Now, some things that my subconscious, or let's call it divine mind, is telling me is that these experiences that I've had and this questioning that I'm going through right now is just helping me strengthen my resolve and strengthen who I truly am. These experiences are causing me to question, because of my rational mind trying to get involved and trying to make things tangible, the ability to be as infinite as possible. What my heart is telling me is that you and I, every person that is in this reality, are interconnected. We are interconnected through a web of unseen forces, and that those unseen forces, or unseen force, is what we would call God. Now, our souls, our non-physical perspective, are all interconnected. We're not your soul and my soul and this soul and that soul. We conceptualize ourselves as different, but in totality we are from the one. We are from the source. We are still extensions and connected to that source, and so we can never truly be away from each other. No matter our experiences, if somebody harms us, if we harm somebody else, we will always be interconnected with those people, hence the reason for karma, as we would call it. But really all it is it is a learning experience. It is on a soul level, if I was to have a higher awareness, a higher consciousness that I am God, that I am infinite, that you are infinite, that we are all infinite, then in hurting you, I'm hurting myself. And therefore, I want to atone. I want to become at one. Atone, right? At one with the experience, and apologize and make better for that experience, because it's a lesson. I chose to come forth and learn a lesson. However, I didn't learn that lesson, and as such, I'll just keep coming back. So really all it is to rid ourselves of the karma, as Buddha would say, or get in that state of Dharma. I think it's Dharma. No, I don't know. I forget Buddhism. But if we want to regain that state of pure consciousness, really what it is it is a remembrance of who we are and an acceptance of who we are. And that's the hard part. That's the task, is to have that awareness that when I close my eyes and go deep within who I am, just like Caesar, that I no longer understand myself as the body. I understand myself as a much larger component of the universe. That this body is simply a vessel, an extension of my soul, and my soul is an extension of God, and therefore in this body I am God. Right? That's what Jesus taught us. I'm reading this book now called They Walked with Jesus, which is author Dolores Cannon, who's a past life regressionist, and she regresses people, and these two women end up knowing Jesus in the time of his coming forth, awakening of his teachings. But if you really ask yourself and you really study the Bible, what Jesus is teaching you is that we are all interconnected, we are all one, we are at one with each other. Our task is to love each other, because in loving each other we are loving ourselves. In loving each other we are loving God. And God is not a man in the sky, but simply a source, the source of the spring of all vessels, right? The lake through which the rivers flow from. That is what God is. And so God is that extension of all life, or the source of all life, and all these things that we see, experience, are just extensions of that one presence, that one God. And Caesar's getting super restless, but he's funny because he agrees with me. And so now that I've gone around the bush telling you who you are, it's really a question of, why aren't we accepting ourselves for who we are? Why are we afraid to accept ourselves as divine? Why are we afraid to accept ourselves as God extensions? Is it because what we've been taught through religion? Is it because of the ego, and the ego says we're separate and that we're only ourselves and that we can't be interconnected and we can be nothing bigger than this body? What is it? What is it for you? Is it something other than that? Is it potentially that you were abused as a kid and told you were nothing, and so you just believe that you're nothing, which are very, very valid reasons. But why not, my question to you is, why not change it in your own mind, in your own perspective, that yes, you are the formless in form. You are God in manifestation. You are the substance of love. You are the eternal life embodied in a physical manifestation, in order that you may create freely and experience all the beauty that this reality has to offer. Why do we have such a hard time with that? I know I have a hard time with that. It's difficult. It's tough. But the task, our task for awakening, for living fully and being so happy and overjoyed, is to find that inner stillness. And in finding that inner stillness, recognizing that that stillness, that complete silence, that bliss, that joy, that love that we feel is God, is our source. And so that's my question to you. I've got Caesar over here biting on my arm, and I'll give you guys some of the outtakes at the end. But that's my question to you. Why are you afraid? I'm going to keep going along with these videos. I'm going to be more productive with them. What is causing you to feel inferior than who you really are? Why do you feel so inferior when you are an extension of the divine? Contemplate that. You are an extension of the Spirit, of the source, of that thing we call God. You are that. I know that. You are, without question, that. Now, why is it that you are not allowing yourself to accept that? I love you guys. Thanks for watching. Share away if you like. Hopefully this video resonated with you, and I hope it helped you. Help me. I love you guys. Bye. Look. That's you. That's you. Look, Caesar, that's you. Caesar, that's you. Look. Hey, that's you. Look. Look, that's you right there. Look. Thank you. I love you too. I love you too. Caesar, I'm not petting your butt. Get here. I'm not petting your butt. Caesar, get your butt out of here. Get out of here. Get out with your butt. Get out.